Welcome to the Fasting Podcast featuring wellness and optimal weight. Wow. The podcast and YouTube co-hosts are Julie Phillips, myself, and Kimberly Jansen, both certified natural health professionals, each for over 2 decades. In these weekly episodes, you'll discover simplified approaches, little-known facts, insights from the wellness coach perspective, valuable tips, and amazing wellness tools and technologies. And now on to the show. This is episode 9, Why Protein and How Much. Protein is so vital to the body. Most people are aware that protein's used for growth and maintenance of tissues, but they're often unaware that our enzymes, the catalysts for work happening in the body, are made of protein. The hormones, the neurotransmitters for the brain, all made of protein. Obviously, the structural things in the body are made of protein, like bones and muscles, connective tissue, hair, skin, nails. And here's a little known fact that proteins actually help to maintain proper pH acid-alkaline balance in the body, and they help regulate body processes to maintain body fluid balance. They are very important in our immune system, with proteins helping to form immunoglobulins or antibodies to fight infection. And special transport proteins carry substances throughout our bloodstream, into the cells, out of the cells, within the cells, and proteins can actually supply the body with energy. How much protein is needed in a day per WebMD? They break it down on age and sex. So they say babies need about 10 grams of protein per day, school-age kids, 19 to 34. Teenage boys, more than the teenage girls, 52 versus 46. And they put adult men at about 56 grams a day, with 46 grams for adult women. But if the women are pregnant, much more than even the men, 71 grams if they're pregnant or nursing. There are protein diet vendors out there, and I actually piloted one of the most famous protein diet approaches in the U.S. probably 15 years ago. And those vendors promote much, much more, half one body target weight in grams per day. So if a person is targeted to weigh 180 pounds, they say divide that in half and get 90 grams of protein per day. So that's way more than any of the other experts. Let's look at a couple of more organizations. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. They're down, instead of half a gram per pound, they say 0.35 gram per pound. So for a 180-pound person, 63 grams, not too much different than WebMD, but much less than the 90 grams for the protein diet vendors. And there's another expert to be aware of here. One of our future episodes will be on the fasting mimicking approach. Very powerful, and theirs is very close to what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics said. They have 0.31 to 0.37 gram per day. So for a 180-pound person, they have 61 grams, but maybe 30 to 35 more if you're working out, trying to build muscle. And the elderly that are often losing muscle, 10 to 20% more may be appropriate, according to that expert. So let's talk about some of the simple fasting considerations, starting with the basics. Back in our first episode, we talked about the fact that the body was going to consume for energy first what you're eating and drinking. Then, when that's depleted, it's going to go into your muscles, the liver, and say, what kind of leftover stored carbs and sugar called glycogen is sitting around there for me to use if I need to sprint across the parking lot or do some quick exercise. Then the body is simultaneously able to burn protein/muscle, which we don't want to do, and fat. So burning fat is a good thing. That's called lipogenesis. But we don't want to run our fuel for the body on our muscle mass. That's called gluconeogenesis. We do want to avoid that. So we want to eat enough protein to preserve our muscles so that the focus can be on the fat. So a lot of people are unaware of the importance of the protein here. Also, interesting angle is that when the body gets fat adapted or used to burning fat as a source of superior fuel, because the ketones in burning fat provide more energy and more efficient use for the brain and the body than burning glucose sugar. When we're fat adapted and into the fat burning ketosis process, the body can actually spare muscle in lieu of fat. Smart body. During time-restricted eating or intermittent fasting, we want to preserve our muscles, so you can consider some of those expert guidelines that we discussed earlier. But there's a whole different topic, very important. One of our future episodes will be on the extended water fasting, very ultra powerful. So we're going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview now as it relates to protein. During an extended water fast, where something called autophagy is desired. So if you're doing an extended water fast, now the body can go in survival mode, and autophagy means literally eat thyself, where it's going to eat up garbage it finds in the system, abnormal cells, tumors, cysts, old beat up, worn out muscle cells, anything toxic. And while it's doing it, it scavenges for nutrients. Oh, here's some vitamins, minerals, and fats and good things we can give the body, even proteins for using as nutrition. If we're in that mode of autophagy, if you give the body too much protein, it will shut down autophagy. So this is an important factor we'll talk about later. A guideline that we believe in is no more than 15 grams of consumed protein per day. And this is high quality, highly absorbable protein we're going to learn about in the next episode. Another key thing about the extended water fast is it can actually put your body into a mode where it's producing the youthful HGH, human growth hormone, that can help the body to naturally preserve muscle mass. The body is brilliantly built. And if you go far enough with the extended water fast, it can actually increase stem cell activation. This is not getting an injection of stem cells from a donor. This is the body naturally doing it to survive. And we know that stem cells can become whatever they need to be in the body to repair and recover things. And the stem cell activity can actually continue 5 extra days after the fast is over. Really very powerful, and we don't want to lose the different attributes here by overdoing, but you will need some protein during this repair rebuild process. Autophagy is targeting the old inferior muscle cells, very brilliantly built again, allowing later rebuilding of new healthy muscle after the extended fast. So here's the key. This is great. Get some metric tools so you can tell how you're personally doing for yourself and your household. On our website, thefastingpodcastwow.com, we have suggestions like really a super affordable body composition scale, and it'll tell you your muscle percent. For example, you will look up, it will tell you your lean muscle percent is such and such a percent. So you would look on the little chart, and it will say for a male or female in your age range, the normal muscle percent should be between this and that. And now, as you do your wellness program, your lifestyle wellness program with fasting included, you want to watch the lean muscle percent improve, ideally getting it in the at least mid-normal range or preferably higher. So we want a high muscle percent and a low body fat percent, and definitely a normal, as low as possible, visceral fat that clings to our vital organs. So these are the kind of scales, they're called body composition scales. You want to have one in your household. So you would perhaps check them bi-weekly so you can monitor your percentages. If you think you're doing great with your program and your muscle percent is going down, 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 something is awry. So you want to watch the body fat, the visceral fat go down. You want to watch your body age that the scale thinks you are go down, but you want to watch your muscle percent go up. Now, for those that really care about more accurate measurement of just how much muscle mass do I have and just how much fat do I have, some doctors have in their office a BIA machine, bioimpedance analysis machine, with electrodes that connect to your wrist and ankles. They tell the actual amounts. They tell the vibrancy or usefulness called phase angle in cell. They tell your intracellular, extracellular. So if you have a doctor locally that you can get on that scale to see where you're at, that would be phenomenal. But they're usually a couple thousand, so most people don't buy them for home use. And those people that are heartburn or muscle atrophy challenged, focus on what you're going to learn in our next episode. It's the rest of the protein story. And it's important to use the same body composition scale for consistent trends. So you want to use the same one as you move forward, and don't jump from one scale to another that may not match each other. So you want to compare apples to apples. And if you're a blood sugar challenged person, even since you were a kid, watch how different kinds of protein isolates we'll talk about in the next episode can actually affect your blood sugar and maybe how your body is needing to recover from things. So if you're desiring ketosis fat burning, which most fasting people getting educated are wanting to burn some toxin-laden fat, you can also measure the impact of protein choices that you're choosing after you watch the next episode. And there are metric tools that you can use to see if you're still burning fat like you hoped you were. Next episode, episode 10, animal versus plant protein.
This concludes today's episode. Possible next steps would be to catch up on any previous episodes you've missed, refer us to others, and of course, check out our website, www.thefastingpodcastwow.com. You can also watch our wellness and optimal weight video, our WOW video, at www.lifeboatdoctors.com. For all you podcasters, please leave us a 5-star on iTunes, and YouTubers, like this video and subscribe. Remember to stay positive, focused, and determined, because where the mind goes, energy flows.